Hi guys, it's me KB. Welcome to the new series on the channel. This series will run alongside the Hazard to Glory. This one won't be uploaded as much, but this is the one that I've been talking about in the past few episodes. It's what we did last year on FC24 on the channel. And what it is the Australian Evolution series. We're calling it the Project Evolution Australia. Now, unlike the Hazard to Glory, this one is not a road to glory in the base sense. We do have FIFA points on this account to use for evolutions. But mostly, like, we're just using them for coins, evolution, using coins to evolve players. But when we don't have the coins available, because this account obviously isn't being used as much as a Hazard to Glory, we use FIFA points to provide the evolutions. Now, I thought when I pre-ordered the game that I would get the Power Shot evolution, the pre-order bonus on this account too, but unfortunately we didn't. So it did suck a little bit because I could have given somebody else Power Shot Plus. And you're seeing this from basically where the game began. So this is the first episode. And it is just showing the progress of the team from the start of starting the series going forward to where we are now. And as you all know, unfortunately, EA still haven't allowed for goalkeepers to be evolved. So for the meantime, we are using Matty Ryan in goal. But the problem being he's like 78 rated and he's 6 foot. He's pretty short for a goalie. So when a goalkeeper icon SBC comes out, we'll probably just complete it. I think Buffon is supposed to be coming very soon. So we will probably complete Gianluigi Buffon's icon SBC. I think it's on this day icon. So we will complete that when it comes. This evolution here with Hall, Daniel Hall, it would have been really good. Unfortunately, I didn't finish it. I just completely forgot about it. I forgot all about it, so I started him. I don't even think I got past the first part, and it is such an easy evolution to complete as well. It really was. Like, the requirements were not hard at all, and I think I just either ran out of time or I just forgot that I was even there. And then by the time it was gone, the message popped up, and it's like, it's like, oh, you had an evolution, you didn't finish, it's expired, yada yada yada. But Chakati reappears from last year's Evolution series. Boyle was in last year's as well, but he didn't get a lot of games or a lot of appearances or a lot of evolutions because of his pace really was the problem. He was too fast. But this game, he is shaping up to be the main man of the series, which is good to see because he is a good card. He is a good card. And like, I would prefer to have most of these cards first owner, but unfortunately, because most of the Australian cards are silver and bronze, so we don't open silver and bronze packs, it's just hard. I do buy Steph Catley, Caitlin Ford, as you're seeing right now, and I also purchase Sam Kerr. If we pack them, then I will sell these ones, because likely is, like, especially Sam Kerr won't fit into an evolution anytime soon, so it's no real problem. The new evolution that came out on the day of this recording was the Ronaldinho evolution, and Ford would have fit in it perfectly, but the rating is an 85 instead of an 84, which sucks. Steph Catley fits in it, but it is a very more attacking evolution, and Steph Catley, while she can play left wing, she's 100% definitely better at left back. So she will miss out, and I don't know who I'm going to put in it, but it has only just came out, so that will be in the second episode. Like I mentioned in the previous few episodes, I'm looking to, like previous few episodes that has a glory, I'm looking to upload this probably like base maybe once every 3 weeks. I think there won't be heaps of uploads. Not until the later part of the game cycle anyway, when like evolutions come way more frequent and change teams way more often. But as you're seeing, like, most of these games are being completed in squad battles. Some of them are in Rush. The ones that have to be in Rush are obviously in Rush. The ones that have to be in Rivals are in Rivals. But most of them are being completed in squad battles. There are some friendlies also being done. McLaren returns from last year's Evolution as well. I didn't want to use too many of the same players, because I wanted to switch it up a bit to make it a little bit different, as we put McLaren into the intro to stat limits. But like, because of the rating and because they're not heaps higher, you do kind of, you're not shoehorned totally, but you are pushed into a smaller box with what you can actually use. So that is why Chakati and McLaren are two silver cards that are reappearing from last year's series. And I did love both those cards last year as well. But I like I said, like, there are some players that were used that didn't get played at all because of, like, you know, there was lack of evolutions. Boyle really being the main guy when it comes towards that. But I think, like, so far with evolutions, it's I don't know, it's an interesting concept with the stat limits, because, like, on one hand it's great, on the other hand it's terrible. And unlike McLaren's card last year, when I say, like, you know, like, you don't want to use the same cards as you did the previous year because it might get a bit stale using the same cards year after year. But as you notice, he's getting technical and press proven, and McLaren in last year's game wasn't a dribbler at all. He was a full focus finisher. And this year he's got technical, and his dribbling is way better than it was last year. So even though we're using the same cards, it's just different the way he plays, which is great to see. A card that wasn't in last year's series is Burgess, who I thought looked very similar to a card that we did use last year, which is Lachlan Jackson. Another card that we didn't use last year at all was Matthew Leckie. And let me tell you, where Matthew Leckie is sitting right now, which you will see at the end, oh, he's insane. He looks like he is going to be one of the best players when this series is finished, 100%. He's going to be probably one of the cards that gets over 500 games, if we go that far in this account. But we put him into the Great Goody, and he's insane. He's a very insane card, Matthew Leckie. But yeah, it's another one that we didn't use last year at all. So I am, you know, excited to use new players, which is always good to see. Another one, speaking of new players, Jake Brimmer. And there is a reason why we went for Mr. Brimmer. And the reason is because he has dead ball playstyle. And using players on the Hazard to glory that don't have, like, I had Bompastor, as you saw, in the Hazard to glory. She had dead ball. I had Cole Palmer, who had dead ball plus on his player of the month card. And right now I don't have any players in the team that have dead ball. And I can't score a corner to save my life. Like, the amount of great crosses that were whipped in by Bompastor and Palmer leading to, like, Van Dijk scoring goals, or Rudiger scoring goals, or, like, Drogba, who was just put into the team scoring goals. And now that we don't have a dead ball delivery, its corners are terrible. The balls, even, like, you got your good players like Sawa delivering them. No. They're, like, so I am thinking, you know, that is another series that we'll talk about when a video that is up, but I am thinking of adding a dead ball player into the team there at sacrifice of a better player. But that is why I did choose Jake Brimmer for the Hey Jude evolution, because we do need a player with dead ball in the team. You just do. Dead ball or dead ball plus, doesn't matter, you need it. Because otherwise your corners, like, you're not going to be scoring as many corners. And if you rely on, like, your big men from corners to even create chances to, like, head it off, you're not going to do it. Because you could have, like, 5 aerial plus players in that box, and the delivery will still be terrible, where it will just not be in a position for them to jump for it, or the goalkeeper will just claim it easily. But it is an important playstyle, I do believe, in this year. And I think last year it was underrated as well. A lot of people looked it, and you can see the amount of times you score from free kicks with a dead ball player is insane. So, excuse me, I do think it is worth it. 100% is worth it this year to use. But yeah, like, you're seeing us claim the rewards, especially for the Great Goody on Matthew Leckie, and he's improving rapidly. No pun intended, there's no pace upgrade. But he is getting a big upgrade, especially the last one, gives him the finesse shot. And he is a base left mid, but we are playing him at centre mid right now, and he's absolutely chopping it up at centre mid. He is so good. McLaren as well goes through the goal frenzy, and he's getting similar stats as he had last year, except I would say his dribbling and his passing is mixed around. Another card that was used a little bit, but not frequently last year, was Craig Goodwin. So we're upgrading him a lot. which is good to see because I like he has low base pace and dribbling, low passing and dribbling. Sorry, but with we put him into the no pressure evolution, it gives him press proven plus, which does help with his dribbling a lot. And you will see that we do put him into something else that just gives him great dribbling going forward too. But yeah, like I always enjoy playing with these cards. I just do because like it's just fun. Like it's lots of fun. But you know, you're seeing is Jake Brimmer has been completed in the Hey Jude evolution, giving Relentless Plus, and he's just well rounded. Like I think I'll show you the squad right now, and might show you Jake Brimmer's stats. But he is just well rounded, and you're gonna see this like 4-star, 4-star, 5'7", anywhere in the center of the park, and he's just well rounded everywhere. Especially look at that free kick stat, 89, and you need it. His playstyles are great. He is more suited for a centre mid, rather than a cam, but he has no roles at centre mid. And I'm sure as you guys know, like roles, they're definitely important. A card that we're using now that wasn't really prominent right towards the very end of last year's series is Devlin, and his card right now is madness. Like he has got a great card right now. McLaren as well, like that high pace and high shooting combined with his high dribbling is a good card. He's a really good card, and we will show you McLaren stats here. As you can see, like right now we are rocking the 4-1-2-1-2, and that is the one that we are sitting in currently still to this day right now. But yeah, he's like his passing is a little bit low. If his vision can move up a little bit, that'd be great. But he sees dribbling. Like even last year, his actual individual dribbling stat didn't go over 80 until team of this season. So it really shows you how much of a different card he is compared to last year. One of my favorite cards from last year, just like I love him in real life as well, like Jackson Irvine. And I did make a mistake, unfortunately. Oh, not a mistake, like in hindsight, more of like an in hindsight, you know. But in hindsight, I shouldn't have put him into this evolution. I should have saved him, but you know, we can't see the future. There are leaks, but there's not a lot of leaks for evolutions this year. I don't know why, but there's just not a lot. He's got good 3 passing playstyles: incisive pass plus, ping pass, and tiki taka. And one thing that EA did do this year that it didn't really do last year at all was give an actual Australian special card other than Sam Kerr or Cahill and Kuhl on the heroes. And that was Ellie Carpenter. They gave her a Squad Foundations card. And it's just a great card, isn't it? 87 pace and 87 defending. Well-rounded in passing, dribbling, and physical. Shooting is low, but she's a right back. It doesn't matter. She is attacking wingback plus, but she's got a really good well-rounded card. And you see that the shape of the team is forming there, and the main problem you do see is the centre-backs. And it's the same as last year. The centre-backs on an evolution team are the letdown, where it's most, like, arguably the most important part that you need. And EA is slowly bringing out evolutions to fix that, but there are a lot of evolutions coming out that don't have high defensive upgrades, especially defensive stats, which I don't know why. Like they're very open to be giving evolutions that like have high pace, high shooting, extraordinary dribbling, extraordinary passing, and physical, but defending is where they're like, nah, let's not do that. And this is the card that I'm speaking of, Matthew Leckie now. Up to an 86 with technical plus. Just look at that card, man. Great shooting, passing, dribbling, pace is well-rounded, defending, physical is well-rounded. And technical plus on this card, oh, it's insane. With finesse shot, incisive, and ping pass, first touch, and Travella, he's a great card. He's a really good card, especially with that playmaker plus at center mid, and a role at left mid and right mid as well. The Titans guard is one of the upgrades that did boost defending, but it is still, to this day, one of the only ones that did. As we take Shikadi up to an 80 defensive, 83 physical card. But he's only 75 rated. So it is one of those things where EA still this year, there's a rating limit, like overall on cards, which is just stupid. I think you should just be able to put it in any card. If you don't want to be putting in any cards, like the whole stat limit thing, and there was a problem at the start of the game where there was a lot of evolutions that weren't working properly and they had to fix that. But the whole point of those stat limits is to be able to basically say, well, you can put whoever you want into this. You can put any card you want, really. Like the stat limits will just like there, passing plus 8 and pace. You can't go over 80, so we cap it at 80. You can't go over 84 passing. So if you were to go over 84 passing, it caps at 84. And I remember, and I'm sure you remember too, those stats are supposed to go to other face card stats on the card, but they don't. And I think that's where the problem lied for EA. I think that's what stopped them. But the best thing that EA have done this year in Evolutions, undoubtedly is the 6 individual evolutions that came out on Black Friday that boosted 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 on pace, shooting, dribbling, passing, defensive, and physical. They were the best because you take Devlin, who had extraordinary defense and physical and terrible passing, to an 86 passing overall for a CDM. And the Tiki Taka Plus, insane, right? Insane. This is what they need to do more. We give their precision shooter to Boyle, and it will take him up to an 86 base shooting. And it gives him finesse shot. So he now has finesse shot and the power shot. And you will see at the end of this video that we actually give him another defensive, another shooting playstyle. But Burgess now, look at this card. 72 pace, 82 defending, 80 physical, and he's only 75 rated still. Oh, mate, amazing. We then put him into the full force as well, which takes his physical up to an 84 and takes him to a 76. He's still so low rated for an upgrade. And that's where the stat limits will come into play. Like, sure. But he's just looking so great. Like, it's so good. And he gains Bruiser Plus, which I still believe, especially last year, this year too, it is a heavily underrated playstyle. It's extremely important when you're like hustling and jostling with an attacker and you're trying to push them off the ball. It's insanely important. But just look at this guy's stats, like 6'4" lengthy, right? 70 acceleration, 73 sprint speed. So if you get that acceleration up a bit, that sprint speed higher, then that lengthy will really come into play. But it's got good defensive and physical stats. Only the 2 defensive playstyles, but Anticipate being one of them is great. Bruiser Plus being the other, very good. We put the dribbling onto Goodwin. As I mentioned, Goodwin's weakness was his dribbling being so low at 77 with Press Proven Plus. But putting him into the elusive dribbler, you'll see, like, when he's done, he's got 87 dribbling. And it just fixes it. And that's what EA need to do more. They just need to do these evolutions more, especially their defensive, is it Defensive Dynasty it's called? The defensive evolution right now. That just gives playstyles. Just amazing. Just keep doing that. Another card that was used a little bit last year to finish this first episode off of the Australian Project Evolution is Genryu, who will go into the Central Pillar, and we'll probably go into a few more, including the El Torero, unless we find another one to combine with El Torero and the Ronaldinho one. But that is going to bring towards the end of this episode, guys, for the first episode of the Project Evolution Australia. The next one will be up in a few weeks, depending what evolutions come out. As always, if you enjoyed this video, guys, and a new series, give us a like, share, comment, and subscribe if you're new, guys. We're over 100 subscribers now, which is great. The more we get, just awesome. I always appreciate your support, guys. And as always welcome. And I will see you all in the next one.